Good evening and welcome to Nottingham Hockey Centre. We are here to watch Beeston take on Hampstead and Westminster. I am Andrew Leonard and I'm wonderfully joined by David Lloyd today. David, how are you doing?
Andy, yeah, not too bad. Excited to watch this. It should be a good game.
Should be a good game. The Bees have had a slow start to the season, it's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, started with OGs, pretty tough start. But yeah, I mean, we're working into it and
slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Hampstead, on the other hand, one of each: one win, one draw, one loss. They currently sit sixth in the table. Beeston yet to get a win, get a point on the board, but it's early days yet.
Oh yeah.
And there's the table. You can see OGs on the top, 10 points. Surbiton closely behind on 9. Shortly followed by Wimbledon. Beeston, a bit of work to do at the bottom of the table, but like we say, it's early days yet. A win today would put them 10th, and it would be a good start to get onto the rest of the season. Any thoughts on this matchup, David?
I mean, we were hard done at Cardiff. I think we had a good performance, but we just couldn't really put away the chances. So if we keep that momentum, I think we could do something here. We could get a result. Yep.
The head-to-heads haven't been kind to Beeston. 5 previous games, 4 wins for Hampstead and just a draw. So looks like we're swimming upstream today.
Yeah, a little bit. But
so the sun starts to set at Nottingham Hockey Centre. It's a nice, slightly warmer day than you'd expect for mid-October. The teams are ready. The umpires are ready. I think there's an air of excitement around the ground. Would you agree?
100%.
Nice. Very much looking forward to this myself. The teams look poised and ready.
Men's Premier Division, you're watching Beeston versus Hampstead and Westminster. Please give a big round of applause for the two teams.
And as you can see, the two teams walk towards us. Beeston, as usual, led out by Gareth Griffiths, a stalwart in the Beeston team. Your umpires today are James Barnes and Hannah Harrison, with Kristen O'Donovan returning once again as the match official. The assessor today is Simon Gillett. Anything stand out to you on that team for Beeston, David?
Yeah, I mean, nothing in particular. I think we're in a good headspace here. I think we just need to put our heads down and we'll get a result here. We'll be looking at Oliver Dunn to get some good flicks in. Hopefully he can put a few behind, as well as Gareth Griffiths on the top.
Absolutely. Ollie Ashdown returns from injury for his first game of the season, and Josh Webb joins his brother back in the team. Beeston in their usual black and gold, Hampstead in the white with the blue patches. As the players greet each other, I think this will be a close contest today. Personally, I actually think Beeston will be up to the test. I think it'll be a tight one.
Yeah, we'll be up for it, 100%.
Definitely.
See how the match goes.
Definitely. A notable player on the Hampstead and Westminster team, ex-B Robbie Gleeson, returns to his former stomping ground. Is he going to get a welcome return, David?
Sorry?
Is Robbie Gleeson going to get a welcome return to Beeston?
We'll see. I think his matchup might be either Ollie Manson or Gareth Griffiths, so I hope he gets a welcome return from either of them.
They'll be very familiar. Gareth was known for many years. Ollie Manson, a new arrival to Beeston, been here a couple of years now. But he's, I think it's fair to say, he's a terrier in that midfield.
Yeah. Some describe him as a bulldog.
I think that's fair to say. He works hard, he battles hard. He covers every blade of turf on this pitch. Final thoughts from the captain and the senior players. Anything you'd mention last minute to the boys? Just go out there and get the points.
100%.
So last minute exchanges of handshakes as they line out. Lots of shouts of encouragement from the Beeston team. They look up for it today. The warm-up looked intense, it looked fast, it looked pacey. If they can bring that into the game today, they'll be up for a good start. Looks like Beeston will get us underway as you look at the camera, playing from left to right. And number 9, Ollie Ashdown, has got the duties of getting us underway. As the sun starts to set and the floodlights come out, we're all poised and ready to go as we get underway. Back it goes. And immediately looking forward. Moving the ball nicely around the back line. Beeston just probing forward. And nothing coming there.
Unlucky.
It'll be interesting to see how Hampstead start in this game. I wonder if they'll go hard and forward early, or if they'll try and establish some pressure and some dominance with the ball. And it appears they're going to go with the latter rather than the former. Shifting it quickly down to the left. Missed trap, unfortunately, off the sideline. Beeston will get the ball back. Ben Collinson will wander over and leave it to Ali Richmond. Scotland international. Back from a thumb injury over the summer, had a broken thumb. Looks like he's back to full health now. He'll be important for Beeston if they want to make good progress down this right side.
Let's go.
Beautiful hands from Archie Vaughan, as always. He's a new player to the team. David, what have you thought of Archie?
Yeah, he's slotted in quite seamlessly. He's quite silky on the ball.
He's very assured from what I've seen with him. Beeston just trying to get a foothold in the game today. I think this might be a war of attrition in terms of possession. And looking forward quickly. It's a great pick up and a turn. It looks like George Fletcher there. Well done. Wasting no time. Looking into the circle, but that's lifted, so it'll be a turnover. Hampstead can relieve the pressure. Looking fairly balanced these opening couple of minutes.
Tackle.
Hampstead backline looking very confident, looking very assured on and off the ball. Both teams, I think, just feeling each other out a little bit here, just trying to get an idea of what the other are about. As Ali Richmond carries forward, one-handed, looking forward, as he often does. Moves the ball into the middle of the pitch.
Good.
Good hands there to move the ball forward into the 23. Can we get our head up? Can we find a pass? Or can we get a corner out of this? Nothing comes of it there. Still under pressure, the Hampstead team.
Oi.
And a poor clearance there gives Beeston another chance. And there's talks about a corner, no. Manson wanted it, but it's gone the other way. Hannah Harrison thinks that was lifted and dangerous, so Hampstead get the ball. And they'll get the pressure off for another couple of seconds at least. They're looking direct early, Beeston, David.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, no one's really settled as yet, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams set up as the game gets on.
I think as we throw the long ball over the top, Ali's come into the space there. Is he going to get the decision? No, it's going to go to Hampstead. I think that's what he would have expected, to be honest. Gareth Griffiths tries to shepherd them back and around. Successfully manages so. And I think this is going to be, from the early signs of it, it's going to be a war of attrition. It's going to be possession-based, isn't it? I think people are going to look after the ball. As we look at a crash ball in here. Good recovery from Ali Richmond, and he's on his way again, one-handed as he often does. Looking forward. And that is a great ball. Out to the left-hand side of the pitch as Beeston look into the 23 again. Can they find an outcome? Can they find a corner or something more? Crash ball in. No good. They're looking threatening when they go forward, Beeston.
Yeah, 100%. I like the crash ball. Of course, we weren't set up, but I think on the counter, that's one of the options, I suppose. We might get something, but yeah, so far so good.
It appears in the talk there was an onus to go forward quickly on the turnovers as Hampstead looked to chuck an aerial. And Ali Richmond uses every ounce of his Scottish strength to keep possession there and win the hit.
Yeah, it's good strength.
Club captain Gareth Griffiths on the ball in his customary orange shoes. Can't miss him, Wales international. And there he is again, picking the ball up, looking to go forward, but nothing there. So Beeston's going to recycle the ball, keep possession. It does seem if there's nothing on quickly, they'll just keep the ball and wait for their moment, wait for the time. As Manson picks it up in midfield, ships it out to the left back. And they threaten again, but there's nothing forward. So it's just going to be a patience game for the Beeston ones. It's a nice, smart turn from Ollie Manson. Strong as always, and he gets the pass off. George Fletcher now finds Gareth Griffiths. And he's got the wheels turning as he tries to get to the baseline, but it's well shepherded by the Hampstead team, and there's numbers out there now, 2 on 3. So Beeston again, recycle and look forward. It's a beautiful chuck to the back post, read by the Hampstead right back, and they'll bring it forward. There might be a counter-attack on here if they're lucky, but no, they think better of it, win the hit, get possession up the pitch. Sensible play there from Hampstead. It's a nice sprightly start from the Beeston team. I think if they continue that, there'll be some joy, but the final third is just needs that final pass. As we watch Hampstead just keep it between the centre-backs, probe forward. A bit of space in that midfield now. If they can find the pass through the lines, they do. They do, and they carry forward, looking forward again. It's a great pick from Ben Collinson. He tries to carry forward, 2 on him. Never a problem for Ben, eh?
Skill.
He's always very assured in those tight channels, isn't he, Ben Collinson? It's a lovely carry from Reece Bradshaw down the left-hand side for Hampstead. And there's probably going to be a stoppage in time here as the Beeston player down. I can't quite see who it is. Is it
Fletcher?
George Fletcher, yeah. Might get another look at that if we're lucky. They're calling for the physio on.
I think it was a stray hand. Might have hit him in the face. But I think he's all right.
He'll walk it off. Tough lad. Not sure if there's any blood there or anything. We'll get him patched up and back on. So a threatening area here for Hampstead. Ball in the 23. Will Prentice lines up directly opposite. And there is just a bit of a breather as they get some water on the pitch, I think, just to wash off any claret that might have spilt there, as is the mantra nowadays. So there would just be a little delay in proceedings. But it's a sprightly start for the Beeston team, I think.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah.
There's clearly an intent to go forward early on the turnover, and not quite getting any joy out of it yet, but those final passes in 23 will come off at some point. So you see Kay Bond doing her other duty as a pitch cleaner, along with her managerial job for the 1s and the 2s.
Been a long day for Kay.
Been a long day indeed. A fine servant to the club she is, though. As Kay makes her way off, we're looking to get things going again as Hannah Harrison just instructs the Hampstead player where the foul was taking place from. And it, in fact, looks to be a bully rather than a free hit itself. So I think Will Prentice will do the decent thing, hand the ball back to Hampstead, and we'll get underway again. 6 minutes played, still goalless. Good pressing there from Ollie Ashdown. It's what he brings as a centre forward. He's a good pressing forward. David, would you agree?
Yeah, knuckle to ground. Nothing gets past him.
He's a big strong boy up front.
Pressure.
He's a big presence on and off the pitch. Again, Beeston looking to go forward quickly from the turnover. Nothing happening this time, and a bit of a wafty tackle there from the Beeston player. Turns it over cheaply. Hampstead get it going early and see if they can go forward down this left-hand side. Good carry. Cuts inside. Bit of a tangle of sticks there. And that'll be Hampstead's ball outside the 23 this time. Missed trap there from the Hampstead centre-back. Nothing pressing, so they'll start again from the goalkeeper. Looks to be a half-court press from Beeston. I think they're happy to sit in halfway and just let Hampstead come to them and can really condense their half of the pitch. Half-court press, something they've worked on, David, in training, do you think?
Sorry?
The half-court press, is it something they've worked on in training?
Yeah, we've worked on it, during the games and obviously during training. But yeah, we've got to try. We've got to vary the press a little bit.
Absolutely, especially at this level, you can't just have one game plan and stick to it. Seems Hampstead are in a similar mindset here, sitting in deep, about a 60 press. Lone centre forward trying to dictate where the play goes. I think Beeston are more than happy just to keep the ball at the back, shifting it between the back four and seeing where the space opens up. Loose pass there. Hampstead turn it over, and again, like Beeston do, looking to go forward early. Beautiful carry around the outside. He's got pace around the baseline. If he can pull it back and find a player. There's a bit of a scrap and Gareth Griffiths tidied it up for the Beeston team. It falls kindly to the Beeston winger. They look forward again early. A bit of a crash ball. A bit of a 50-50 and the Hampstead defender is strong there and gets it away. There's a clear game plan from both teams to go forward early.
Just need to be careful that it doesn't open up too much.
Yeah, you run the risk of it becoming a bit of a basketball match, a bit of end-to-end stuff. Which is a bit of a lottery. As that clips off the post as Hudge one leaves it, as he's well entitled to do, but it could have caused a bit of chaos. And there's just a discussion who was the last touch. I think the umpire in front of me is giving it to a Beeston ball. And Ben Collinson will, I think, just take a bit of the energy out of the game, get things settled, get things set. And chuck a 50-yarder down the sideline. Ollie Ashdown hustling the Hampstead defender. It's pretty 50-50 for me. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, still early days.
Still early, still a lot of hockey to be played, only 10 minutes in.
I mean, both sides are testing each other. I think the 1v1 defense for Beeston, and to be fair for Hampstead, are quite solid. But as the game gets on, legs get a bit tired, mind weakens a little bit. I'm sure something will break.
Absolutely. And there's plenty of weapons on both sides who will exploit the tired legs and the space as it comes. Beeston again probing down this left-hand side. No real joy from the left-hand side quite yet, but they're persevering as there's two players on the Beeston player. A turnover. Hampstead look to use the other side of the pitch, go down the middle. And that's hard battle from Sahib Dillon. It's just starting to get a little bit loose in midfield. I think they try to force a couple of passes to try and get the space. So one of the Webb twins, Connor Webb, that's a beautiful turn from Connor. Looks to play a 1-2 with Gareth. And he gets it back, and he's now looking at the circle. Crash ball in, and there's no one there. A sensible lead from the Hampstead keeper. Not quite on the line you'd want it as a forward, Dave, but it's a good idea.
It's a positive play, I think. It's little percentages at that point. If that cross is just a bit more negative, we'll see something. But positive.
Positive signs from Beeston in these early minutes. As Hampstead centre-backs sitting deeper than you'd expect against a 50 press, but perhaps happy to have a bit more of the space. As they shift it quickly and find some space down this right-hand side. A clash of sticks, and it comes out in Beeston's favour, according to our umpire. So Sahib Dillon will get us underway. Slap pass out to the right-hand side. Connor Webb finds the ball, and a bounce pass out from Will Prentice. Very skillful player, Will Prentice.
Yeah, Will's one of those players. I don't think I've ever seen a player like him. He does some ridiculous stuff during training.
Gives a one-on-one defender a nightmare, to say the least.
Absolutely.
25-yard chuck over the top. That's into... The umpire deems it into a dangerous position, so it goes to Hampstead. They get the game underway, and they're looking head on into the Beeston 23. A loose pass forward, though, and it will come to nothing. Just threatening Hampstead when they go forward. If these loose passes start to come together, it could be trouble for the Beeston team.
Skill.
It's a lovely carry going forward, and I think they'll bring it back for the first offence. And a lovely example of what Dave was talking about earlier, that bulldog-like approach in midfield. Looking down this right-hand side, little bit of space for Connor Webb. Ball gets picked on the way through.
Green card for Hampstead Westminster, number 26. That's a 2-minute temporary suspension for Matt Richards.
I've just been told that there's been a green card for the Hampstead team. Matt Richards will sit down for 2 minutes. As Hampstead get the free hit in their own 23, they'll probably look to just run down these 2 minutes with the ball, not force anything. Hard pressing from the Beeston team. It was a lovely turn. Archie Vaughan deemed to have lent in, unfortunately. And I'm sure Hampstead will chew a bit more of the clock, as they're well within their right to do. Using every second they're allowed to just to run down the clock for this green card. High pressure for the Beeston team. I think they recognise they're a man up, try and make the most of it. But Hampstead escape, and they look forward. Beautiful one-on-one defending there. But it comes through, and there's a clash of sticks there, and it goes the way of Hampstead. Free hit outside the 23. They bring it in, and it's a loose pass to Will Prentice, who carries into space. No one really around him. He's going to have to hold it up and find a pass. But if anyone can hold the ball up, it's Will Prentice. And sensibly recycles as they look to shift down the right-hand side. Archie Vaughan now playing right back as he hands it back to Ben Collinson. And that Hampstead defence is sitting very deep, David, on the 23.
Yeah, it's a numbers game at this point.
Beeston in the right corner of the circle, just a loose carry there, hoping to get a corner perhaps. Nothing doing as it stands. And the crash ball was more out of relief than anything else.
Yeah, we'll take those.
Pitch one will keep it alive, as there's no threat from a centre forward. Beeston getting a lot of pressure, a lot of ball high up the pitch here. But I suppose in the final third, where it matters most, is where it's been most difficult to break down this Hampstead team. They've come in with a definite game plan, as that's loose, unfortunately, from Sahib Dillon. Archie Vaughan and him not just quite on the same wavelength. A couple of minutes left in this first quarter. Will Hampstead look to go forward and press home something before the quarter, or they look just to keep the ball and take it in level? Good pressure from the Beeston centre forward. And they shift it nicely down this left-hand side. Hard work from Brendan Andrews, as you'd always see from him. Both teams looking very organised in the press, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say it's quite even so far.
It looks very balanced, very level. Long chuck as we run out of minutes into a crowd of players, and James Barnes gives it to the Beeston defender. And they look just to take the sting out of the heat a little bit, having had a little bit of pressure on them. Hampstead look to have just started to creep a little higher in that press. It's now at about a 65-70 where it was at a 60. Lovely turn from Archie Vaughan. Finds a bit of space on his right-hand side. Looks to go forward, but there's no one with him. Pass to no one, sadly. And Hampstead can play it forward. Great step from Archie Vaughan. Keeps it in play as well. And looks to take on the fullback. Sadly, 3 defenders against him. And he was swallowed up. Hampstead plays down, slowly gets his way back to his feet. No stoppages here. Last few seconds in this half, then I think Beeston might look to go forward quickly. Maybe try and sneak something before the quarter time. As we see our other Webb twin, Josh Webb, down the left-hand side. And a good free hit one by Gareth Griffiths close up to the D. Pulls it back. Last 15 seconds or so. I wonder if Beeston will go for a crash ball just to try and win a corner, maybe something else, just before the end of this quarter. Beautiful turn from Ollie Manson, a lovely carry. They're running out of time. It'll be a pass and a crash ball, I suspect. No time. And as we enter the end of the first quarter, it's Beeston 0, Hampstead and Westminster 0. I think it's fair to say Beeston had the slight edge on that. Would you agree?
I'd say so. Yeah, maybe. I think both teams are just trying to test each other out. I think like I said before, I think as the game gets on, it's going to be those individual battles further up the pitch. Both teams are quite strong. outletting, and then surely it will come down to percentages. Who can make those passes stick? Who can press and win the ball?
Absolutely. Interestingly, both teams in the press sitting relatively deep. 60-yard press for Hampstead, a similar press for Beeston. But it looks like both sides are happy to let the centre-backs have the ball for the majority and just wait for their time to step. But when they do turn over, both sides looking to go forward quickly and capitalise on the open play. I think maybe I'd lead towards Beeston having the slightly more dominant quarter.
Yeah, it's ever so slight, but yeah, we'll see how we get on.
I think both sides have defended their own 23 very well. No real clear-cut chances in the circle in this first 17.5 minutes. So a few words of encouragement, a few tactics from both coaches, from both sides. Simon Hujwan and the Beeston team step out and take their place again on the field, shortly followed by the Hampstead and Westminster side. I think Beeston will be encouraged by that start. I think they moved the ball very well. They was finding good space in midfield and progressing nicely. I think if they can build on that going forward, they'll get a bit more joy in the final third, but it's something to build on rather than to take for granted.
100%. I think Stampy would have made a couple of adjustments for the boys to get going.
And Beeston gets underway again. Ollie Ashdown back. And Manson looks forward, but there's nothing going again. So, Beeston retain possession, transfer it nicely across the back line. First time pass from Ali Richmond. Gets the ball back again. No advantage, so he'll get the free hit on that side. They look to play some quick 1-2s on that side. Him and Gareth Griffiths. It's nice to have Ali Richmond back. He's a big voice in the dressing room.
Oh, yeah, massive. I think we missed him. We did play well against OGs, but yeah, I think it'll only be positive going forward with him in the group.
Beautiful pass up to the right hand side. Gareth Griffiths, crash ball going through. Was there a foot in there? No, says the umpire. Lots of appeals from the Beeston team. But it will just be a sideline. Ali Richmond looks forward, nothing going, so we'll recycle. Sahib Dillon now. Back to Ollie Dunn. Been with the club a couple of years. And he'll shift it to the left, looking forward. It's a lovely pass down the line, lovely pick up into the 23. Good progression through the layers. A lovely dump ball. First time shot. Oh. Terrific save from the Hampstead keeper. The beautiful passage of play from the Bees. First time passes and finding a fair bit of space in that circle. The first real threat we've had on goal so far, I think.
Yeah, really positive. Just got to keep up the momentum, a bit of sustained possession, and we'll get there.
As Gareth Griffiths finds himself at centre-back. The Hampstead team start to creep out now, so there's a slight change in mantra and tactic here from Hampstead. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's a ropey challenge. Gets away with just a free hit. Ali Richmond to here play a nice 1-2, but it's picked out from the Hampstead team, and they'll look to escape. Lots of Bees around him, but he makes a good pass forward. And Robbie Gleeson, as ever, holds the ball up very well. And Hampstead escape from the swarming Bees. As Hampstead transfer the ball to the right-hand side of the pitch. Beeston staying at a 60 press, just allowing Hampstead to have the ball at the back four. And they'll defend their half of the pitch. Very deep again, the Hampstead centre-backs, in spite of the deep press from Beeston. As we watch that pass come to nothing, and a 16 for the Bees. Ollie Dunn creeps forward, just seeing if there's any option of a pass forward. Instructions being barked by the Scottish international Ali Richmond, talking to his forwards and his midfielders. As he picks up the ball now at right back. Carries beautifully infield and finds his centre-back partner. Poor touch, unfortunately, for the Beeston player. Goes out for a Hampstead sideline. Hampstead again, happy to keep the ball, happy to keep possession and just probe forward as they enter the 23. Ali Ashdown meets the player, forces him backwards. Very good. Seem like they're quite keen to hold the ball and not force anything too silly, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, we're not exactly putting a lot of pressure on them. We're allowing them to have a bit of possession around the back, but as long as it's not too threatening.
As they take a lovely aerial to the 23 and threaten forward, but it's good defence, I think, from Archie Vaughan there as well. And Hampstead could threaten quite nicely here. They set up a good platform well into the Beeston half. They look to go forward, but I think there's a good setup and a good press from Chris Curry. First time ball, good save from Hujwan. Clash of sticks goes in the way of Beeston. Would you do anything different in the press for Beeston, David? Would you step them forward, or would you say we're happy to stick to our game plan and defend in our zones?
I mean, if you look at, I don't have the stats here, but I'm sure just having a close eye on it, I don't think they've been quite successful in their outlet as much as Beeston's.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think the organisation, the Beeston deep press has been very good as Heath Dillon plays forward to Ali Richmond. Beautiful sweet pass to the back post. Unfortunately, no one arriving, not at the right time anyway, because I think it was one of the Webb brothers coming the back post. And Hampstead will get the ball back. It is a direct intention to start this press off very deep. And Hampstead happy just to walk the ball up, really. Take the sting out of the game, take the flow out. Big aerial up to the Beeston 23. That's going to be into a crowd, but it goes the way of Hampstead, so they take a quick free hit outside the 23. Good pass, in they go. Driving on the baseline, he pulls it back. And it's a goal for Hampstead. Beautiful finish. Lovely carry down the baseline. It's a beautiful pullback. And it's a first time finish into the top left corner. Hujwan dives. Unfortunately can't get near it for the Beeston players, but it's a wonderful finish for the Hampstead team. I think that's really their only threat on goal, to be honest. And they've made it count. I would say arguably an aerial to nothing, which is the umpires given the way of Hampstead as we look at it again. He carries nicely, he finds a beautiful pass, and this carry down the baseline is lovely. Pull back, and I think that's a first time slap. That's a wonderful finish. I would argue it's slightly against the run of play, but you can't argue with the finish, Dave.
No, yeah, lovely finish, but I'm sure there's questions being asked about the aerial leading up to the play, but we have to play with it.
The way I saw it, both players were there at the same time. I probably would have leaned towards the defence, but I'm not down there on the pitch. The umpire is, and they'll have a better view than I.
Lovely.
As Chris Curry managed to pull it back, pick up from Will Prentice on his back foot, tries to have a shot. Umpire says that's a foul against Will Prentice, and Hampstead will again get the relief. Will Prentice protests his innocence and probably thinks he might have had a corner with a stick tackle rather than anything else, but Hampstead come away with it again. Driving nicely into the Beeston 23. Beautiful hands, finds the pass out. Good defence from Ollie Dunn, I think it was there. Foul given though against the Beeston defender, and Hampstead will get the ball back again. They'll recycle it. Quick ball. That's a loose pass though. And that might just dampen down any pressure they might just have started to build against this Beeston team. The Beeston get the relief, they'll march up the field. Ollie Richmond gets underway again, short passes. They look to get the ball going. Yeah, Hampstead have definitely made a decision to press a little higher, as you can see. They've got a lone centre forward cutting off that transfer now. And that's a good left hand on the floor from the Hampstead player. Ben Collinson gets tied up, gives the foul away. They get going again early and look to go straight down the middle, pick it up at the top of the D. Backhand, shot, near post, and I think that's a long corner. Suspicions of a back stick not given by the umpire.
Confirmation of that first goal scored for Hampstead Westminster. The scorer was number 25, Karen Soffett.
We're getting word that the Hampstead and Westminster goal scorer is number 25, Karen Soffett, as Hampstead enter the D again. It looked like a left hand on the floor from where I'm sitting, but the umpire has given it as a foot, much against Ollie Manson's protests. There's time off. There might just be a discussion with the other umpire here.
I think the umpire opposite should have a better view.
I think hopefully Hannah Harrison can shed some light on the situation. We'll have another look at it again. Left hand down the floor, and it looks like it hits the left hand on the stick from where I'm sitting.
Unlucky.
And in spite of the discussions, it looks like they're going to stick with the penalty corner.
No?
No, a little bit of uncertainty here.
A bully.
And so I think they turned over the decision. They've given it as a bully. And I wonder, will Beeston give the ball back here? They will. The right decision in the end, David.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the umpires confer and come to the right decision. Hampstead with the ball again, looking to threaten forward as they enter the left side of Beeston's 23. It's a good carry. It's a bit of a wafty tackle, gets enough of the ball to get away with it. And Hampstead will get the long corner. Diagonal aerial to the other side. Circle entry. Lovely carry down the baseline again. It's a beautiful carry, it's a beautiful dribble, and it's a beautiful finish in the bottom corner. I would say from a Beeston point of view, that was far too easy. It's an easy pick-up, it's an easy carry into the corner, it's an easy pull-back, and it's an easy finish into the bottom corner. And I think, from my eye, that was Rupert Shipley, a man who's not short of experience in the international games. And having scored our goal scorer as a sit-down for a couple of minutes. It's a very good finish from the Hampstead team, but I think if you are sitting in that Beeston defence or in that Beeston team, you're going to ask some questions about the defending.
Second goal for Hampstead Westminster, the scorer, number 7, Timothy Cross.
And just as a correction, that was Timothy Cross, not Rupert Shipley. Manson, as always, working hard in that midfield, gets us going underway nice and quickly. Fortunately, nothing come of that, as Hampstead managed to escape yet again. Two quick goals, relatively quick goals in this second quarter for the Hampstead team has really turned the tide now. And I think Beeston might have to think about coming out and getting the ball.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's... as we see the ball here.
So a lot of free space at the top of the D. And James Barnes think that's a corner.
Yeah, like I said, I think had a couple of the plays earlier on for Beeston, you know, the cross, a couple of the shots gone arrowing towards goal, I think we might be in a different situation here. But I mean, the main point is that Beeston just need to keep their head on, keep doing what they're doing. Something will come.
Absolutely, a lot of hockey still be played as Hampstead line up to take this corner. Protective gear goes on from the Beeston back four. Simon Hujwan takes his spot in the middle of the goal. And I'm sure Hampstead have got a well worked out routine. As there's always a bit of a delay and a bit of a lull in proceedings as the protective kit goes on. Two castles it looks like for the Hampstead team, as is custom nowadays. A couple of issues with the pads behind the goal, so the umpire rightly stops time. We'll get things underway again shortly. And we'll restart on the umpire's whistle. Goes to cast number 1, drag flick. Middle right corner, finds the corner. And that is a wonderful drag flick. Postman had a little chance and Simon Hujwan had even less. 3 quick goals for Hampstead in this second quarter. Really turns the tide of this game now. And I think it's fair to say, I don't think Beeston have done anything tremendously wrong. Maybe a couple of lapses in concentration defensively. But Hampstead have just been very clinical.
Yeah, I mean, it's a clever flick. He gets around Ali and slots it between the goalie and Postman.
It's clearly a very well rehearsed routine. As you see, Gareth Griffiths here just picked the ball up in the Hampstead half, throws a long aerial. You could argue the Hampstead players retreating into, I think it's Connor Webb's space. Hannah Harrison disagrees. In fact, it was Josh Webb. And confirmation of our goal scorer, Damon Steffens, number 4 for Hampstead on the drag flick. Beeston sticking with the 60 press, and Hampstead more than happy to keep the ball. Well tidied up from the Hampstead midfielder. And Hampstead more and more looking long with the aerial pass. Lovely take above the head. And a bit of a poor tackle from the Beeston defender. Hampstead again get the ball going quickly. Good carry towards the circle. Intercepted well though by Beeston. They can look to break here with Brendan Andrews, who is very quick on the break. Wins the free hit, and I think Beeston will just calm things down and look to keep the ball for a little bit. Try and get a foothold back in this game after 3 very quick goals. Connor Webb here, cuts inside nicely. Oh, that is a loose tackle. And again, the Hampstead player gets away with it. Just a free hit for now.
Good skill.
Beeston again looking to keep the ball round the back and probe down the other side. A confident carry from left back, but there's nothing going forward, so Beeston will keep the ball for now. A little bit of a more aggressive press for Hampstead. It's clearly paid off because they've got a couple of 3 goals this half. A loose aerial falls in the end to the Beeston player, and he does get the decision. Hit outside the 23. Quick pass down to the baseline. They can carry in now. Can they upgrade to a corner or something more? Hampstead picked the ball up and managed to clear nicely. I think that's just what Hampstead have done slightly differently to Beeston today, David. They've just managed to get outcomes in that D.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of fine margins at this rate. It's just about getting some outcomes and testing their keeper.
As we see a lovely turn from Gareth Griffiths, trying to find a bit of space on the baseline. Is it a lifted pass in, or was it deflected? It's deflected to Hannah Harrison, so it'll be a long corner to Beeston with about 2.5 minutes to play in this half. Archie Vaughan looks back to his centre-back. Ben Collinson sees nothing on the right-hand side, so they decide to recycle and go again. Clever carry from Ollie Dunn down the middle of the pitch, but he's given that away, and that's gives Hampstead the chance to break with 3 players, 4 now joining the attack against Beeston's 2 defenders. Forces him wide out, does Archie Vaughan, but they manage to get the pass inside. A clash of sticks, and a stroke is awarded by our umpire, James Barnes. I suspect he thinks he was not in a position to make a tackle, and he was preventing a goal-scoring opportunity. With the numbers back, David, is that a bit harsh?
Well, not much protest from the Beeston players, so I suppose. Yeah.
Actually, look there, maybe there is a lean in from Will Prentice with minimal attempt to play the ball. So good umpiring, good confident umpiring with James Barnes. As we see Son Hudron make himself look big in that Beeston goal. And Hampstead find the bottom corner, a lovely flick, confident flick. And our goal scorer will have a sit down. I think it was number 4, Damon Steffens, but we'll just get some confirmation of that. So number 9, Ollie Ashdown, will get us underway again for Beeston.
Penalty short goal for Hampstead and Westminster. Again, number 4 for Hampstead and Westminster, Damon Steffens.
That puts Damon Steffens, I believe, joint top goal scorer with his Hampstead teammate Jolien Morgan, who also has 2 goals this year. He might have one more in a sneaky other match.
Lovely.
Beautiful early ball. That's a fantastic save from the goalkeeper. That was heading bottom corner, I think, from Chris Curry. And now in the dying minute or so of this second quarter, Beeston looking to press home some pressure and some advantage.
Yeah, it's a good response from the Bees.
It's more positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy to get your head down after conceding a couple goals, but it's good to get a shot off right away.
So you see
Circle entry.
Chris picked the ball up. Good pull back. Nothing coming. Good goalkeeping again, I think. That's a great carry. And they'll win the sideline. Chris Curry doing his best defensive work. As we see Joe Poole line up against the ball. High press now for Beeston. Clearly a change of tact in his last minute. Ollie Ashdown joins him. The aerial ball comes down the sideline. And Hampstead retain possession well. Carry nicely, wins the free hit. and looks to get the ball going early. There's a real incentive to get those free hits restarted again quickly from Hampstead. As we see the Beeston defender just fail to prevent the long corner. Last few seconds in this half. Has Hampstead got anything more as they make some progress to the top of the D? And again, it's an upgrade to a corner. A loose foot from the Beeston player, and there's not many protests in there. And so they pad up again for the short corner. There just looks to be a little hesitation getting set up for these set ball situations.
Yeah, I suppose it's, yeah.
So the pads go on, the defenders take their place in the goal. Hampstead line up, 2 casters again. Out it goes, Castle 1 again. Drag flick, and it looks like the number 1 runner got a touch on that as it goes for a long corner.
It's a good run from Ollie Manson.
He's quick over 10 yards, isn't he?
He's decent.
I'm not sure there's much time left for this Hampstead team just to get the ball underway. Is it a crash ball in? They do find some space at the bottom of the 23 though. In comes the crash ball, it's at the near post and it goes for a 16. And I think as the remainder of the penalty corner kit comes off, I think they'll just look to go into half time and regroup this Beeston team. It's a lovely tackle for Will Prentice, gives Ollie Manson the ball back. Clash of sticks. And it'll be the Beeston hit. He looks to go forward early as the clock is against him in this second quarter. Bit of space down this right-hand side as we see Connor Webb fire the ball in. Unfortunately not to a Beeston stick. Plenty of space in that D. But not a Beeston stick on the end of it. And Hampstead will take their time to get things going again. Before goes up, they're well entitled to do so. High press now from Beeston. It's clear change of intent, being 4 goals behind. As you see Chris Curry cut the press. Ollie Ashdown gets nice and low, trying to win that ball back. Lovely escape from the Hampstead team though. They carry forward nicely. That midfield has done well for Hampstead. And they look to progress forward again. Switching the ball as we go across the pitch and progressing forward nicely into the Beeston half. Again, there's an easy entry into this left-hand side of the Beeston 23. There's just a bit more room than you'd like if you were one of the Beeston players. So you see just a loose touch there to transfer the ball. It's a good confident carry, trying to find the pass into the 23, not coming that time. 16 to Beeston. What would you be saying at half-time, Dave? Any words of wisdom?
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, if you look at the last play Beeston had, we've got Connor Webb on the right-hand side, I think it was.
I believe it was, yeah.
The ball, it amounts to nothing, but the intent is everything, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think if you just take how this game has gone, if it was Hampstead, I'm sure there was someone else on the receiving end, and that's ultimately the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, as you said earlier, fine margins, I think, and Hampstead have had three or 4 good circle entries and come away with 4 goals.
Yeah, I mean,
see Manson win the hit at the top of the 23, carries 5 maybe, lifted ball in, well defended by Hampstead, and again they can break quickly. It's a positive carry, but that will be the half, and it might save any further Beeston blushes. So as we go in at half time, Beeston 0, Hampstead 4. A real change of pace in this second quarter.
End of the first half, the score is Beeston 0, Hampstead and Westminster 4. That's a break for half time.
Welcome back to Nottingham Hockey Centre as we're under the floodlights and looking to get underway in this second half between Beeston and Hampstead and Westminster. The second quarter was crucial for Hampstead, scoring 4 goals. Penalty stroke, penalty corner and a couple of open play goals as well as Hampstead get us underway. Lot to do for the Bees. Hampstead threatened forward early with an aerial. Slight miscue from Archie Vaughan, but he gathers it on the second attempt. And Beeston will get the ball and look to get forward quickly. What would you have said at half-time, Dave? Anything?
I mean, yeah, you'd have to take it up quarter by quarter. We've drawn the first quarter. We've obviously suffered a bit in the second. But even when you look at the second quarter, it wasn't that. Yes, I know the scoreline was 4, but circle entries and outcomes in the D are the name of the game at that point.
Didn't feel like a 4-0 quarter to me. I know what you mean. The Hampstead press straight away, very deep, just in front of their own 23. As Beeston will get the long corner and look to threaten forward. So Hib Dillon finds Joe Paul and he looks forward, nothing doing. They'll recycle. Back 3, Beeston shift 2 just as they look to go forward. It's a very well organised defence from Hampstead, I would say. As Ali looks to carry down the baseline, Ali Richmond that is. Good defence and he'll get the long corner. Very disciplined Hampstead defence to start this second half rather. As in comes the crash ball, well swept up by the Hampstead defender. Couple of Beeston players on him and he'll manage to get the 16 out of it. Well controlled from the Hampstead player there. Beeston, on the other hand, starting with a much higher press, clearly chasing the game now. 4 goals to get in 35 minutes. And Gareth Griffiths, club captain, leading the way. But it's good progression. Couple of stick tackles in there, perhaps. And Hampstead get the ball back. Again, looking to go early, quickly. And they find themselves in the 23. Backhand shot. Was that off the post? Was that Simon Hudge one? Either way, it falls back to Beeston. They look to go forward. Here's Gareth Griffiths again, eyes forward only. Good carry down that right-hand side, bumps it forward, and he'll get the free hit just on the Hampstead side of the halfway line. Ollie Manson in space now, picks the ball up. Confident pass to the 23. And it's a one-on-one here, but the carry goes back, and Beeston happy just to keep hold of the ball rather than try and force something this early in the match. As there's a bit of space on this baseline. Again, well defended by the Hampstead team. They seem very organised in this press. It's a deep press, but it seems very organised. I think patience is just going to be the name of the game for Beeston here. As we see Joe Paul pick the ball up at left back, finds Gareth Griffiths in the middle. Smooth turn. And again, no real holes to exploit here for Beeston. Poor touch off the left-hand side, and Hampstead relieve the pressure, and they'll get it underway nice and early. You might just notice a real change of pace from Hampstead now. 4 goals in the bag. They've got no real urgency to go forward. It's a lovely turn. A lot of space there for the Hampstead midfielder. Tight turnover. Beeston can go forward here. They might just have the numbers if they play it well. Ollie Manson just looking to win the free hit in the middle of the pitch. Nothing going there. Hampstead come away down this left-hand side. Beautiful carry. Was there a foot in there? No. And it's just starting to become a bit frantic, but it breaks here nicely for Gareth Griffiths. Finds a beautiful pass. First time pass through the circle. Doesn't unfortunately find Brendan Andrews, and the Hampstead goalkeeper wisely lets that run off the bottom of the pitch. Again, Hampstead moving the ball confidently between the centre-backs and the centre midfielder. No real urgency to threaten forward, and why would they? 4 goals up, keep the ball, make sure the passes are on. 25-yard area into space in the midfield. Good take, good turn from the Hampstead player there. And they'll look just to creep their way up the pitch, but loose pass from the centre-back and Hampstead. And Beeston can start to march forward slowly. A couple of changes coming in for Beeston on the sideline, as you can see, as we get back underway. Another great example of Ollie Manson's tenacity in midfield as he finds a pass to Gareth Griffiths, looking for a 1-2 down the sideline, picks it up, but it's just fished away from the Hampstead player. He'll let that run off the sideline. Beeston will keep the ball, get it going on early. Little 1-2 again. And he's trying to get Will Prentice in those areas where he's very dangerous. Here he is now. 1-on-1. Spins beautifully, looking to find his way down the baseline. Crash ball instead. And time will be off as one of the Hampstead players is down. I think that's just on the follow through from Will Prentice. Nothing malicious in that, unfortunately. The Hampstead player just found himself the wrong side of the ball there. And we'll have a little breather while our Hampstead player slowly finds his stick and picks himself up. Looking to have a little breather after that. I don't blame him. So on the whistle, time will go back on. Hampstead will restart with the ball in their own 23. And Beeston have just changed their defensive press again, gone back to that 60, having started the first 5 minutes aggressive. See if they get any joy out of it. Loose there for Hampstead. A couple of mistakes creeping in. Something that Beeston need to exploit. Would you stick with the higher press, Dave, or would you just ebb and flow, see how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you think about it, I don't think we've been so poor going forwards in either press that I don't mind the half court.
Yeah.
If it means we can, have a bit of joy in possession.
I think, as you said earlier in the broadcast, it's not like Hampstead have been cutting them open left, right and centre. They've just been very, very clinical with the circle entries. And that is the pure difference. Beeston have had arguably a similar amount of entries with no result. And that's just the fine margins at this level. As we see Hampstead just on the halfway line, just looking to probe forward through that midfield and turn.
Oh.
That's not a high percentage pass, but they get away with it, and they look to carry a one-on-one here down the baseline. Unfortunately, that is often a corner nowadays, in spite of his best intentions. Not many protests from the Beeston players. And so the defenders will pad up again as we take another look at that. So this is a bit of a risky pass, but it comes off. This is a lovely ball down the line. Leaves him with a one-on-one, and that tackle is only going one place, and that's off the baseline, which is why that is a corner. So as you see, Simon Hudron warming himself up on the line. Ollie Manson probably going to run one, got the pads on, ready to go. And Hampstead in their usual two castles with runners either side. They get themselves ready. Ball comes out. Castle number one again. Big drag flick. Good finish down to Simon Hudron's left hand. Perfectly between the goalkeeper and the postman, Ben Collins. And unfortunately, nothing either could do with that. Clinical finish from the Hampstead team. That brings the score to 5-0. It's a tough hill to climb now for Beeston.
Yeah. That's a lovely flick.
It's a beautiful flick. Number 4, David Steffens again. He's collecting a hatful of goals today. As you see, Beeston come forward on that right-hand side. Good hands. Lovely skills down that right-hand side. Cuts inside. Still going. That looks cynical. It was cynical according to James Barnes, our umpire, and he awards the corner. I think that was dogged work from Ali Richmond, if I'm not mistaken, who gets his team a corner. Can Beeston strike back quickly and strike back early in this second half? Looks cynical, Dave. Or was it just clumsy?
Yeah, it's Ali. He's good. He's good on the ball. If he's got a step on you, can't really afford that.
Another man. He's very quick over 10 yards. It must be said. So the pads go on this time for Hampstead. As they start to organise their corner, and we see two castles for Beeston again. Runners either side. We have Ollie Dunn on one, Gareth Griffiths on the other. look to get this out. Little shuffle at the top of the D. First castle, Ollie Dunn. Didn't quite get hold of it, but it falls to Webb on the right-hand side, and he'll just manage to get a long corner. Quick early start, and it didn't quite pay off as the Hampstead player steps in front nicely. They look to go early and rush forward, and there's a number of bodies here for Hampstead. Beeston should have players back, but it's a quick counter-attack. Comes to nothing with a miscontrol on the left-hand side. Well shepherded on the defence from the Beeston player. They again look threatening on the counter-attack. They put numbers forward as they allow Ben Collison to waltz forward and try and pick a pass down to that right-hand side. Picked out by the Hampstead player. And Beeston will get going again early as we drive into the right-hand side of the 23. Down the baseline, using his pace, looking to win a corner. Just along, says our umpire. It's a much more confident carry, I think. It wasn't as much of that in the first half.
To be fair to Beeston, I think every time there's been a goal, the response has been quite positive.
Yeah.
And it's just about cracking that first goal.
That is a strike inside the D. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. The umpire put his whistle to his mouth, but nothing given. And we will just see Beeston recover the ball in the 23.
Skill.
Lovely skill. 2 players on him here. Manages just to squeeze a pass through to Ollie Dunn. Maybe. No. Not quite quick enough. And Hampstead will come away with the ball. And a cheap free hit from a Beeston point of view. 3 players around him. There's no need to make a foul there. Alleviates the pressure. Hampstead can go again. And quite clearly just looking to play the game at their own pace. I think Hampstead are quite clever at this. I think they'll happily just sit with the ball, and then when they want to go forward, they'll pick a pass quickly and decide to go. Something like that. Lovely chuck to the right-hand side. Straight into Beeston's 23. 2 Bs out there. But it's a good carry down the baseline, and it looks like he's won the foot. He has, and that's a corner. Simple things. It's a simple chuck into lots of space. It's a simple carry down the baseline, and that's all it takes to win a corner. Too easy. 2 players out there.
I mean, we're in a good position here. Perhaps we need to clamp them just as they, or before they entered the D.
Just make that tackle outside the D.
Yeah,
It's
I don't think we're in a particularly bad position. It's just obviously, you know, when we get close, when we sense that danger, we need to stamp it out.
Yeah, absolutely right. Much easier said from the commentary box, unfortunately, than it is down the pitch.
Yeah.
Hampstead with another corner. They've been clinical from the corners. The drag flickers have been on point.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pace behind that.
And I would have every confidence they would just have another go again. As we see everyone line up. Ball comes out quickly. Good trap. Good pick up. Good save. Simon Hudjwan gets a lovely glove to it. And it'll be a Hampstead corner. They go again quickly. Did that go 5? Umpire was happy. Go straight in, straight through the D. 16.
I'd be asking questions.
I'd be asking questions.
Yeah.
I would. Beeston again looks to go forward. Ollie Ashdown finds himself in the middle of the pitch, probably deeper than he'd like. And a bit of a forced pass there, falls off the sideline. Beeston ball. Clumsy tackle from Hampstead, gives the cheap free hit. They get to go forward, Beeston. A good carry from Will Prentice, finds a lovely pass out to his teammate. And they look to try and find a ball in early, but it's picked out by the Hampstead players, who again managed to break nicely out of their own D. It's a strong carry, lots of arms, lots of sticks, goes the Hampstead way, in spite of the protest from the Beeston players.
It's a bit unlucky. I think there was no sticks thrown there, and Manson just had a good body position, but I think the umpire saw it differently.
Yep. And again, the long ball goes through. A lot of space in that midfield. Beautiful take from the Hampstead player, bumps it out nicely with the reverse stick into the 23 straight away. 2 passes, and they're at Beeston's backline as they carry lovely 90 ball into the D. Good hit. I think that was a save from Simon Hudjwan as a beautiful strike goes by the near post by a whisker. It's just a couple of simple passes, and Beeston unfortunately look vulnerable in that respect. The aerial looks dangerous now. It didn't before. See Beeston again looking to go forward. It's Ali Richmond carrying down the sideline. Hits the turf. There's a couple of whistles. I think a card's coming here. It is. It looks yellow from where I'm sitting. And that would be a massive help to this Beeston team. Anything you can do differently against that aerial defensively? Sit a guy in a bit deeper?
I mean, as a rule of thumb, I'm sure we're much happier when it goes out wide as opposed to something more centrally.
Yep.
I'm sure when the boys look back on the video, we'll address it. But generally, I think we're in a good position to clamp it out. It's now the second phase where we're obviously having a bit of issues.
Yeah. Beeston win the ball high up the pitch. Sensible press from the Beeston defenders, but our umpire disagrees, unfortunately. I thought that was for the first time in this game they looked composed, pressing the guys in. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yellow card for Hampstead Westminster, provisionally number 25, Karen Soffer. That's at least a 5-minute temporary suspension.
And just confirmation, we think that the card went to 25 Karen Soffit for Hampstead, so that'll be at least 5 minutes with a man down. This is the time now, isn't it, where you make the difference. Man up.
We've got a press here. Test the goalie.
Card, sorry, goes to 22 Michael Robson, not Karen Soffit. So here we go. Gareth Griffiths driving forward, 2 players on him, sensibly comes back out, finds Ali Richmond. As always, looking forward, but not a pass on there. Long ball to the back stick, plenty of space. Oh, he thinks he's gone off the back line. I think Ollie Manson disagrees. But that looked threatening, though. Plenty of space back there for Ollie Manson. Little pop aerial for Hampstead, gets them out of trouble as the Beeston players fly back. Crash ball in, nothing doing there. I think it was a bit of a shot to nothing. Been awarded as a long, though, by our umpire, Hannah Harrison. So XB, Robbie Gleeson stands over the ball, plays it back to his teammate for Hampstead. And they look to shift it early as Beeston have a clear change of intent now, start to come out hard and early. It's a good step, I think, from Archie Vaughan. Doesn't get the decision his way, and Hampstead again will go early, and it's been a theme of this whole game for Hampstead. Every free hit is restarted within seconds. There's no dwindling. Cheap turnover though. Beeston can flood forward into the 23. Numbers, if they use them correctly. Good skills, good tackle at the top of the D. And Brendan Andrews shepherds the Hampstead player with the ball, trying to find a way out. Short pass down the sideline. A couple of bees in attendance. Little nudge in the back from George Fetcher, gets away with it, and it comes off a Beeston stick for a Hampstead sideline. There is a definite intent now, this Beeston press, to play a lot higher, capitalise on the loose passes, of which there have been a couple with the back line at Hampstead. And you can see Gareth Griffiths left hand low, tried to win this ball back off Hampstead. Short pass manages to evade Griffiths, but they're not out of trouble yet. And that is the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. That's Beeston 0, Hampstead and Westminster.
So another goal for Hampstead in that quarter brings their tally up to 5. In spite of the slightly more aggressive press from Beeston, looking to threaten forward. It seemed a bit more positive in spite of the scoreline for Beeston.
Yeah, I mean that last play with Oliver Dunn, passing that aerial to Oliver Manson. Yeah, it's a bit unlucky. I thought the ball was in, but that's a good example of a good circle entry and what could have been a goal-scoring opportunity. Yeah,
definitely. Hampstead again look threatening when they do get the chances. The corners look dangerous, and then when they carry down the baseline, it always looks like it's going to end up in a goal.
Yeah.
I think, as you mentioned, it's simple things like maybe just trying to make that first contact outside the D so it doesn't get upgraded to a corner. Easier said than done from sitting in here. But those are, as you said earlier, the fine margins, and that's what makes the massive difference, unfortunately. I suspect if you look at the stats on the after this game, the possession will be fairly balanced. The 23 edge should probably be fairly balanced, but the crucial stat in the top left-hand corner is 5-0. And as you said, those are the 5 margins.
Yeah. yeah, Hampstead's been quite efficient in the Beeston circle.
What would you say if you were Richard Stamp or Stephen Wood? Would you say more of the same, or would you change it up for the last quarter? You have to go at it now.
Yeah, I'd expect us to press a bit higher, maybe force a turnover. But then also, I still think we've been quite toe-to-toe in the opportunities, sort of.
Yeah, definitely. That midfield is by no means been one-way traffic. No, it's been joy both ways. I think you have to give credit to that Hampstead defence. They have defended for the vast majority of the game very deep, but they have done it in a very organised manner, and there has been little given up, especially in the middle of the pitch, to the Beeston team. As we look to get underway for the fourth quarter, Rupert Shipley will pass back to his Hampstead teammates, and you can clearly see the intent from Beeston here, going straight at those Hampstead defenders, trying to win the ball back early. A lot of goals to catch up in one quarter. It's going to be a tough ask for the Bees in this. Little cheeky reverse ball down the line, doesn't quite come off for Hampstead, and it's a Beeston ball as we see Connor Webb restart. Finds Ben Collinson, who shifts it quickly out to Ali Richmond, and they just look to progress up the field. You can quite clearly see the Hampstead players retreating to that 23. They are a man down, but they had been doing that when they're up to 11 as well. It's a clear intent just to have a ring of defenders, two floating in the middle, trying to pick off any loose stray passes, and they'll just shift over as a unit, covering the space quite nicely, plugging the gaps. Makes it hard for the Beeston defenders to see much of anything, really. You can shift it around quickly, but look how quickly they flood forward. And a loose pass turns it over. So the press has worked for Hampstead.
Yeah, with such deep defence, it asks us to be quite precise with how we enter and break down their defence, but it seems to be working for them this game.
Yeah, clearly well drilled in that respect. Ali Richmond not happy with that decision. Felt he should have been awarded the free hit. It's always tough, the free hits on an aerial. It's an umpire's nightmare. As we see a beautiful carry down the left-hand side for Hampstead. Good turn. 3 Bs out there. And managed to win the hit. Early start, quick circle entry, 90 ball, touch, loose touch, manages to regather, push at goal, another push at goal, tap in, far post for the Hampstead team. It was all a bit loose. There's some complaints from the Beeston players. Was there a foul in there? I personally couldn't see one. There's a lot of time at the top of the D for that Hampstead team, unfortunately, and there's a lot of space at that back post when it fell to it. Quick thinking from the Hampstead players, pull it back nicely, loose touch, gets away with it. Gets the push on, good save from Simon Hudjwan, but as you can see there, fairly easy far post tap in, makes it 6 for Hampstead. Really, really tall mountain to climb now for Beeston, but they'll keep trying as they carry forward. Ali Richmond with the ball. It's a soft hit, unfortunately. Hampstead. Hampstead come away with it. As Luke Madeley, number 6, gets the award for the goal for Hampstead for their 6th. Quick pass down the line. Unlike Chris Curry, doesn't quite gather that on his reverse stick. And he'll stay relatively high up in that press, trying to put a bit more pressure on that Hampstead back line. Hampstead happy to keep the ball again. This back line shifted to a back 3 ever so slightly. Left back's pushed higher. So they'll have 1 centre back, 2 either side of him, and they'll look to threaten forward. A lot of space in that midfield. Good pass outside, well picked up. 1-on-1 there with Manson. That's a lovely bit of skill, but he's lost possession. Beeston can go forward now. George Fletcher sensibly holds onto the ball. Needs to find a pass though. And sorry, that's Brendan Andrews. Thought he won a free hit. Nothing going, says the umpires. Hampstead come forward again into the 23 immediately. And they get going again. Quick ball transfer around. Threatening forward again. It's an aggressive step from Chris Curry. Loses out this time. Couple of 1-2s down the baseline, perhaps. No, as Ollie Manson makes a good interception. It's a great tackle from Hampstead, though. He puts it straight onto Ollie Manson's foot. And it's a free hit inside the 23 to Hampstead. Crash ball comes in. A couple of Beeston sticks, I think, on it. And they managed to come away in the form of Gaz Griffiths on that right-hand side. Puts the afterburners on, one-handed. Manages to win the free hit. That's a beautiful carry from Captain Gaz Griffiths. Big aerial comes down.
Lovely.
Picked up on the right-hand side. Not quite George Fletcher, unfortunately. It's a lovely thought, though. It's a big chuck, a lot of space. On a different day, he gathers that and he's in the D. I think, as you said, fine margins. A couple of loose touches and that's it. Hampstead is there, right, taking a bit of the sting out of the pace of the game. There's a lot of space in that midfield to exploit for Hampstead. It's an easy take, a loose touch, and he's allowed to turn. Here there again, 3 Beeston players around him, but he's allowed to find a pass to his teammate. Plenty of space just outside that 23. Good ball, top of the D. Out nicely to the right-hand side now. Good carry to the baseline. Was there a Beeston stick on it as he kept it in play? No, says our umpire, Han Harrison. Beeston 16. I think it's that time now where you've got to start to look forward quickly. As Gareth Griffiths drops a little deeper, picks it up nicely. Gets Beeston going forward. Connor Webb. Risky pass into Ollie Manson, but ever the Bulldog battles hard, wins the free hit. Early pass, looking for Gareth Griffiths in a lot of space. Just can't quite connect. Beeston will stay up, stay high, stay in. Force this ball to either go long through the air or force a turnover. Hampstead do go to the air. It's a lovely take from the Hampstead player. Turns out nicely, finds his teammate in midfield, who turns into space but gets away with it and carries confidently into the Beeston 23. Threatening the D now. Loose tackle. Just outside. Gets away with it, Ollie Ashdown. Could have been upgraded to a penalty corner. Hampstead get it going. Early circle entry. Back to goal. Couple of Beeston players around him. Questions of whether that's a stick block. Falls to the back post. Beeston get the decision in the end. Hampstead just worked the ball through midfield so well.
Playing with a lot more confidence, aren't they?
It's easy to play with confidence when you're 6-0 up, unfortunately. As Beeston look to force the ball down their left-hand channel, nothing doing, turns over, and immediately it comes straight back the other way. And Hampstead just happy to look after the ball here. Good ball pace as they transfer it across to their left back. Ollie Ashdown steps out. Josh Webb joins him. Big aerial thrown. 55 yards to the right half. Takes it down. One-on-one here with Ollie Manson, who finds a lovely little nick through his feet. Lovely ball into the D. Open stick shot. And he finds a lovely, lovely hit into the bottom left corner. Simon Hudjwan couldn't quite get there. Loose pass is picked up in the D by Hampstead. Lovely trap, lovely turn, lovely finish. And it all just comes from, again, from another aerial to the right-hand side. Picks it up, manages to beat one man, pulls it back nicely. Although there's a missed trap there. Strong from the Hampstead player and finds a lovely strike to the bottom left corner.
I was going to say that it felt like the game was opening up and Beeston ought to be a bit mindful of this, maybe be a bit more conservative in that respect, but yeah.
Didn't even get the chance to do the commentator's curse. So goal scorer for Hampstead was number 11, Reece Bradshaw. And I'm not sure if it's unfair to say, I don't think 7-0 reflects the ebb of this game, really. I think it might be seen as a little harsh in the cold light of day tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that the momentum has definitely been drained from the Beeston side in this last quarter, but for the majority of the game, we've been quite almost toe-to-toe, but like you said, the story of the match is those margins. It's those final connections.
Fine margin indeed, as you see Hampstead bring the ball into Beeston's 23. Turns it over, though. Gareth Griffiths tries to beat the man. Excellent tackle from Hampstead. Tries to win it back. I think that's a foul, unfortunately. Hampstead get the ball. And I think now with 9 minutes to go, I think they will start to slow it down. I think we'll start to see free hits just take that a little bit longer. A little bit of more conservative passing from the Hampstead players. As again, they find a nice bit of space out on this right-hand side. Back to goal here. A hopeful win of a free hit, and they get away with it. So it will be a free hit inside the 23, opted as a sideline. Good pass to a good lead from the Hampstead player. And they'll carry forward again, look for the crash ball. Well picked out from Gareth Griffiths. Juggles nicely, finds a pass to George Fletcher, who carries confidently down that right-hand side. He's got Will Prentice and Gareth Griffiths supporting. Can't find Gareth Griffiths, sadly. Turns it over, and again, Robbie Gleeson comes away with it for Hampstead, and they look to go down that left-hand side. Plenty of Beeston numbers back, but the Hampstead attackers connect nicely, and I think they've just found a foot there on Ollie Dunn. No, says the umpire. Looked like a foot from up here. Ollie Ashdown, battling hard as ever, comes away with the ball for Beeston. Wins a hit nicely, and he's a chap who will work all day for you. A little off-the-ball clash there. I think it was accidental. Umpire sees nothing more in it than just a coming together. Although he's pulled time off, there's going to be a chat somewhere. It looks like he's pulled Ollie Ashdown, number 9, to have a chat with him. And the Hampstead player looks like Kevin O'D from where I'm sitting.
It's just accidental.
Looks like there's nothing more of it than just a discussion. I think that's fair.
Yeah, those boys are fine.
So I think it's Beeston to get us back underway. So they're just waiting for a ball. Lovely turn. That looks like a clumsy tackle. Falls.
Lovely.
Quite nice is the Beeston player. Smooth hands, but the umpire signals that was the glove, not the foot. And Hampstead try and come away with it,
Tackle.
but it's...
Good tackle.
Archie Vaughan thought he'd picked that up nicely. The umpire disagrees, states there was a hand on the back. I thought for a second he was reaching to his pocket, which would have been very harsh. I think blowing that as a foul was harsh in the first place. And again, Hampstead just slightly getting the rub of the green perhaps. And they'll come away with the ball.
I think generally speaking it's been quite well officiated for the majority of the game, I think.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think there's been a lot of decisions about aerials, and with players underneath it, it can be very difficult to determine who was there first or who's got a right to engage. I think all umpires will openly admit they try their best, but no matter how hard you try, you can't be looking at every part of the pitch at every minute. So I think you have to give them a little bit of leeway. As you see Hampstead move the ball nicely down to this right-hand side. Beautiful tackle down here. I think that's Joe Paul comes away with it. Umpire says he's juggled it off. And Hampstead will get the ball back. I think you're right, the officiating has been very good. It's been very clear. Hampstead just wait for their moment to strike. Lovely chuck into the circle. Easy pick up for the Hampstead player, who mistraps it ever so slightly, and I think that's been given. Well, Beeston want to come away with the ball, but I think it is a Hampstead ball. I think there was the last touch off a Beeston player, and Hampstead will indeed restart. The aerial ball comes in again. This time, well, that decision's gone to Hampstead. I think Brendan Andrews got every right to have a go at that. I think he was 5 yards from where I was sitting, but like I said just a second ago, these are hard decisions to make. So Hampstead with the ball just on the outside of the circle. Did he carry that 5? The umpire says yes, finds a foot, and it'll be another Hampstead corner. I think there are a couple of questions just being asked by the Beeston defenders. Did he in fact carry that 5? It's hard to say on the screen. It's hard to say from where we're sitting. The person with the best view is Hannah Harrison, who is standing right there, and she says yes. So Brendan Andrews will jog back to take his role of running 1 as the Beeston defenders pad up. If you were Hampstead, you just flick it again, right?
When you're hot, you're hot.
Exactly. Why would you not? If it ain't broken, all that. So the pads go on. Beeston organise themselves, get ready to defend this short corner. 2 castles as usual for Hampstead. I suspect it will go castle 1. Castle 1 it does. Little routine here. And a great drag flip to Hudge 1's bottom left. Again in that perfect spot between him and the postman. I would just have a slight question, was that runner in the D before it was injected? I would just want to watch that again. The number 2 Castle has a drag flick runner. Does he go in the D before it comes out? There, maybe. But you're splitting hairs. To be honest, that hasn't affected play, and it is a good drag flick. And that brings the scoreline to 8. Beeston carry confidently into the 23, win a corner. And confirmation of the goal scorer was number 4, Damon Steffens. I think he's had a hatful today. But like you said before, Beeston respond positively to every goal they've conceded, and they've carried forward nicely, as we'll just see a replay here. Nice shifting the ball down this right-hand side. Pick it up, cut back inside nicely, good carry, and win a corner. It's good skill. It's good skill from Ali Richmond. I think from a Beeston point of view, these corners need to go in, and that's one of the differences. They've not had many, but they're prime opportunities. They've got to go in. I think just Beeston's second corner of the night, if I'm correct. And as the first corner, we have Ollie Dunn on castle number 1, Gareth Griffiths castle number 2. As the ball comes out, it is castle number 2. Gareth Griffiths with the straight strike. It looks like that might have hit a foot. No, stick, says the umpire. As Hampstead get it clean and get it clear. And they carry forward with confidence again. Looks to be a 4-on-3 as they break forward, entering this right-hand side of the D. Simon Hudgewon clears his lines, and our umpire says that Hampstead have come through the back of Ben Collinson there, so a bit of relief. Looks to go forward. Bobble pass early to George Fletcher. It wasn't a kind one, in truth, to take. And Hampstead will get the ball back. 2 minutes to go in this Saturday night clash between Beeston and Hampstead and Westminster. And as you can see, the rub of the green is most definitely gone with the team from London. And it looks like they're going to come home with all 3 points on the way back down the M1. Play on, says the umpire, not effective play. Long aerial ball comes through, again picked up nicely on that right-hand side of the 23. And just wins a corner. They've used the aerial well in this second half, I would say.
Yeah, that number 4, Damon Steffens, he's got quite the chuck on him.
He's got a good chuck, he's got a good drag flick, he's a weapon. It's a good pick-up and a good carry in the middle of midfield. A couple of stick tackles in there. And our umpire says no advantage, Hampstead will get the ball back. And as you'd expect, they're in absolutely no rush. Chuck again, why not? That's definitely... Well, I probably would have given that the other way, to be honest. But here we are. Just goes to show how difficult that rule is to interpret. As Beeston come away with it. Ollie Dunn cuts inside, looking to go forward, running out of time really. Hampstead managed to pick his pocket. 4 Hampstead players come forward now, 4-on-3. As they look to make some passes. Beautiful step, Ali Richmond. Read that very well. And it's a lovely ball through to Gareth Griffiths. Tries the little lifted pass over the top, didn't quite come off. Well read, well picked by Hampstead. And again he goes early. Good find, Will Prentice, lovely drag back. He still, I think, running off the end of that. Finds his teammate Ali Richmond, has a good shot on goal. Falls to Brendan Andrews in the D. And there's a foul in there somewhere, says our umpire. Again, Hampstead just get let off the hook. It's a good confident carry from both Will Prentice and Ali Richmond. It's just a shame they just can't quite find that final pass in the D.
Yeah, quite frustrating, I think. I think come the Tuesday, Thursday training sessions, we'll be working on basically just being a bit more effective going forward.
I think that has been a message in previous years about being clinical in the D, being clinical in front of goal and being clinical in the final third. And I think it's just going to have to be something that's going to be re-emphasised again. As we see Robbie Gleeson, XB, just running down the clock, winning 3 hits for Hampstead, and that will do it. So, it finishes Beeston 0, Hampstead and Westminster 8 here in Nottingham Hockey Centre. I think it's fair to say Hampstead were incredibly clinical in the final third and put away every chance they could find. I think unfortunately from a Beeston point of view, a lack of clinical finishing in the final third has cost them. I think to come away 8-0 seems a touch harsh in the rub of the green, but That's the way it's fallen today, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hampstead look a lot very process driven, sticking to their guns, quite methodical in the way that they outlet the ball, and obviously a lot more clinical. But yeah, it's like I said, I don't think the scoreline reflects how both teams have performed per se.
Who would your player of the match be?
It's got to be number 4,
David Steffens.
I think he's not only was he a weapon on top of the D, but I mean he's been picking out passes left, right, and centre.
And that will do it here from Nottingham Hockey Centre. So the final score: Beeston 0, Hampstead and Westminster 8. It has been an absolute pleasure talking you through this one. My name is Andrew Leonard. I was joined by David Loy. We will sign off now, so have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful Sunday, and have a lovely week to come. From all of us here at Nottingham Hockey Centre, good night.